ESPN. No, we're live.
We're not?
We're live.
Hey. Well, folks, I know it's not quite 7 o'clock yet, so we are live.
In the Lip Cave.
In the Lip Cave, it has been close to a month. I would say 3 weeks at least. It's Thursday, March 14, 2014. It's good to be back. For those that have wondered, what's going on here? What, do they give it up? Are they done? Are they not interested anymore in it? Or no, we are very interested. In fact, Wayno and I got a lot to talk about. Sure, he's got things written down, which he does, and I keep things in the top of my head, but I still use his notes for, prompting on this many things to talk about between, Eagles mostly, as far as because the free agency opened on Monday, and the Eagles were very busy, as well as a lot of other teams.
Except Dallas.
I was getting to that. Except for one team that hasn't. The only thing they've done is re-sign a long snapper. And somebody else, I think I said, I didn't see. It wasn't any kind of a name we know.
They got rid of their best running back.
They got rid of Pollard. Got rid of Tony Pollard. Or let him go, more or less, and get rid of him. So it's good to be back. I was sick 1 week. Wayno had some family things going on for about 2 weeks. And look at the bees here. Look at all the bees, Wayno. I missed there was a ton of bees all around that camera when they were doing shooting tennis tournament. They were all over the place. But we're following ESPN right now as we're talking to you guys. I know Loretta won't be with us tonight.
Yeah, they changed the scout.
She goes, we got a meeting. I felt it. I don't know. I didn't text her. I was going to say, change the meeting. Call out. I was going to give her a hell. She would have been. Why don't do that, Keith? And now we have this I just brought up.
Women said,
if it's
little
true,
drama with Prescott.
You know what?
If this is true, this is crazy.
If this is true, I just saw it on my. Let me see what website it's on. It says the Associated Press. That's a pretty high thing. Women says Prescott sexually assaulted her quarterback claims extortion. It was an alleged incident back in 2017 after the star quarterback of Dallas Cowboys sued her on $100 million extortion claim. Police were there on an ongoing investigation after a report filed earlier this week about an alleged sexual assault that occurred in the parking lot of a strip club in early 2017. Prescott's attorney filed an extortion lawsuit. According to the lawsuit, the women and her attorneys wrote Prescott a letter in which they said the woman wouldn't pursue criminal charges or go public with her claim if Prescott paid her $100 million. An attorney representing Prescott met last week with just a bunch of crap. Prescott seeking $1 million in damages. We just got the dogs going a little bit right now. But we'll calm him down.
Calm her down.
Says it's been kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you, the woman said, but I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for this to happen to me. So who knows? I don't know how you're going to prove it if you don't have witnesses and stuff and all that kind of stuff. So chances are, 9 out of 10 chances are that he will get out of this.
Of course he will. Douche.
But anyway, Dallas has done nothing in the free agency splash. Nothing at all. They don't have the money to do anything. They don't. That's just a big, whatever. So I could care less because we don't like Dallas, and if you don't like him, call him and talk to him. I'm about had it. I tell her, first week back, we can't get it right. There's got to be somebody else to do this. Or put the cover over the cage. Put the net over him. So anyway, he's just voicing his opinion. When Wayno comes back, we will talk a little bit about the Eagles. We'll talk a lot about the Eagles. We got just time out a little minute. He's got somebody out front talking to.
You're welcome.
But that's okay. As you can see, I'm sporting my Philly shirt, getting ready. We'll talk about the preseason exhibitions going on too there. But anyway, what do we have written down?
We had we had somebody knocking at the door. That's why the dog.
Yeah, I said it was. Give it 5 minutes. I think he's talking to somebody out front, so I kind of heard him with somebody. But that's good. We're cool. Eagles went all in on this free agency, which I'm glad. And I don't think it's done yet. It might be. It might not be. They're really still. We just can't get a break. We cannot get a break tonight. What the fuck? I can't take this. I gotta crack this thing. Wayne knows he's gonna shut the window right now. I'm cracking a beer. I'm cracking my land
The
shark.
scrappers are
Chris,
out there.
Terry, we're drinking land shark on here. One of Chris's favorites, actually summertime beers. So, it's good to be back. Yeah, good to be back and talking. And I haven't been with this guy for a while. I see him rarely, even at work. I did get to work with him the other day, but that's rare.
Yeah, can you come back?
I wouldn't mind if it was just me and him. Absolutely. But there's another one that's involved. So anyway, whoop whoop. But you can find me at the district office if you'd like to come talk to me. I am there in my office.
I don't think. No, we always tell everybody.
Delish.
Wish people well and send prayers and all that to people that
Yeah.
aren't doing good. Kim's sick. She got COVID.
Kimmy?
Yeah. So she probably
Kim.
won't be calling in. So
Well, if you're
thoughts, prayers out to her.
if she's watching, or even if
I mean, she could still call in.
she doesn't have to call in. If you don't feel like she's not gonna feel like it. But Kim, I hope you feel better and get well. How many times is this for? Having it? Do you know?
I want to say 3.
Yeah, I had it 3.
And then
I had it 3 times, Kim. If you did have it, I mean, we just wish you a speedy recovery because COVID's still no joke. It ain't nothing to get. It ain't nothing to want to have. It makes you feel terrible. So
I don't want to say it on the air, but I do know somebody that has that norovirus that's going around.
Norovirus, okay, yeah, we right.
That's some.
Norovirus is another one that's not good too, and it is going around like Wayne said.
I looked it up to see how you.
I'm going to go off in a minute, like he does.
How you get how you can catch it.
I forget. So, I did look up.
It says you.
Yeah, you get it by people blowing horns and dogs barking.
It says if somebody vomits on you.
Oh God.
And you get it in your mouth. Okay. So the other one is.
Oh, I'm going to get sick.
If you get poop.
What the fuck?
On your hand and you touch your mouth with it, if the person that had that feces is infected with it, that's how you can catch it.
Oh my God! Okay, you know what?
Talking. Listen.
I know this
So
is a sports show, but I wish it was.
I'm talking to. I was talking to this person's future mother-in-law.
Right.
And I was like, somebody was eating somebody's ass that was infected with it.
This is terrible.
So I said, who's cheating who? So
I'll take it AIDS. No, that's weenie in there.
But now it's serious. So thoughts and prayers out to her who's
whoever, right,
and,
who's bad.
We're just
anybody right now,
and anybody can get it. Somebody that's infected with it could touch this table, didn't wash their hands, and if I touched it and I'm sitting here and I touch my mouth, I can catch it. So it's all about personal hygiene, basically.
I hope Kylie. I just told my youngest to turn us on YouTube. She is home tonight by herself with her youngest one, Aria. Hi, Aria. Hi, Kylie. Because her husband and her oldest daughter are at the Flyers game tonight. Adam took Adley to a Flyers game. I don't know if it's her first or what. I can't remember now if she's been before or not. But anyway.
Well, it better be her first because if it's her second, he should have gave us the tickets. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what? This one here. I'm out of here. I'll be out of here in 20 minutes, people.
You don't
I'm
think?
done.
You don't think? You don't think he should
No.
give us tickets? I do.
You would.
The best.
All right, then I do. But it must be the first thing. So she had her shirt that she's wearing, I'll show you, made for her by his, I think it was his hairdresser that they know. And because they couldn't find a flyer shirt for it, or, you know, something to wear. So that's the front. Well, it's a sweatshirt or
Oh, that's cool.
and that's the back.
Oh,
That's the name of the
like
guy
that.
that she liked, Tippett. Adley likes Tippett, number 74, and that's his name. So the girl made that. Who made it? Yeah.
Nice.
Folks, you can't see it. It's a little small, so I don't like. But it's a Tippett, a hoodie, t-shirt, I guess, or a sweatshirt maybe, and Flyers emblem on the front. So they're up at the game tonight, which probably just started. Why don't you get that on, Wayne?
Flyers game.
Listen to me calling you Wayne. That's the weirdest thing in the world when I say that.
Who?
I know I called you. Oh no, it's 7:30, but you can put it. You can still get it ready, but they start at 7:30.
Yeah, we'll keep that up.
Yeah, we'll just keep it right. Yeah. So anyway, let's get in. What do you want? You got anything else first?
Nah, just these signings.
Let's get into the Eagles, and that's where I'm going to let him kind of take it, and then I'll talk about different people.
And I probably don't have them all in here. I got the main ones. I would think that I didn't know about that Zach
Vaughn from the Saints. I knew about that a day ago.
I liked. Okay, so it was yesterday.
Yes, but that's good.
I think he's good. That's
I
a good
think
deal.
Somebody else said, yeah.
So does that mean they're probably preparing for Reddick to hit the pavement?
I don't know. I
nobody-
still haven't heard anything there.
Yeah, him or Sweat.
Oh, I thought they said Sweat was going.
That may. I don't know.
Oh, all right. If anything, if they
gotta
let
keep
Sweat
at least one of
go,
them.
if they let Sweat go, I think Reddick stays. And that's good
Okay.
because you just picked up Huff, who was just like Reddick.
That was
So I kind of wonder how he's going to do. If he can do this, it really bolsters the defense, gets a lot stronger in the fact that they keep both. If they don't, then I think you should. If you did, I think you should go after another good linebacker, whether you do that in draft coming up, because you've already hit the free agency market. They might, but they're never big on wasting draft picks on linebackers, so I wouldn't count on it unless it was something later in the pick, later in the draft. I mean, a later pick, but we'll see. So the number one pick this year, our number one selection from free agency, has been that we got rid of Swift.
Yes.
And we signed Saquon Barkley. Now,
Right.
I know there's a lot out now. That happens to be my buddy's team, the Giants, Jay Jones, that called in to us one time.
Right.
Remember when he called in? Well, that's his team, the Giants. So he's losing Barkley. I don't know what he's doing. I haven't really talked to him. And one time I texted and didn't answer.
Man, this would be the night to call
It would have been
in.
night for him to call in tonight. And,
Maybe he will.
maybe, or see the replay and talk to us the following week.
When we signed him, I didn't say it was a bad sign. I was only against it because we were hurting so bad on defense.
Yes.
And I thought that money could have been spent more on defense. But now that Howie's doing all these different signings, like this Zach from the Saints, I like him, stuff like that. And I just, you're getting a guy that's 2 years older. He's banged up, and he's banged up because he played on the freaking Giants. And, you know what I mean? He just gets hurt.
I just don't think. I mean, I know what you're saying. Everybody, he gets hurt, and he has gotten hurt in the past. But he's been with a team where he just didn't have a good organization with a good offensive line around him. And so many of these other guys that are chiming in on these, fan bases and websites, it's a mix of, I think it's stupid, we shouldn't have done it, blah, blah, blah. Then one guy chimed in and said, listen, I understand that we offered Swift a deal, money, and he didn't want it for what we offered him. So, which they're saying, how could you go pick up Barkley, which it looked like his deal was more than Swift got overall? I just don't think, I think Swift wanted more money, and I don't think the Philly organization thinks he's as good, even though he's good.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. And he did have a good year, as Saquon Barkley. If you pay him the money, 3 years for $337 million, whatever it is, guaranteed so much money to come in and play regardless of the injury. I think they think Barkley's value is more. Catching out of the backfield, he's a blocking back. I think with Swift you got a little bit and you didn't get what you got to keep Barkley healthy. I get that. I understand that. And look, that's with anybody. You got to keep Hurts healthy. You got to keep AJ Brown healthy. Those guys go down, you're going to hurt. If Swift went down, you kept him healthy. They didn't utilize. He gained 1,000 yards. If they had utilized him the right way and he ran more, he'd have had 1,500 yards on the ground. They just didn't do it. So that tells me, I don't know. I kind of think that they're going to use Barkley a lot more than what you saw Swift use. I hope I'm right.
I hope you are.
I hope I'm right. Now, but he's got a good offensive line. We're always building pieces on the O-line. We're always getting, whether it's a pick, it's another guy. I know Kelsey's retired. And now Kelsey's regretting he retired the way it sounded. He made a phrase, well, if I'd known they were going to do this, I knew something like this was going to happen. I want to play now with these guys. I swear he said that. So does that mean he might get talked out of coming out of? I mean, that could be.
Does he get talked? Does he come back and play for the Eagles? Or the Eagles say no, you retired.
No.
Then he comes out of retirement, goes play for Kansas City, so he can play with his brother and Andy Reid, who drafted him.
Oh God, no.
If that happened, I would cry.
That would be, yeah. I don't think he would do that. And if he said, "Listen, God, look, how many times Brady changed his mind? He retired and went and played." And guys have come out of retirement and said, "I said this too quick." And I kind of think, I know he really wanted to, and I know his thoughts of spend time with the family. It's time to let go. Can I play at a high level? I think if he came back one more year, I swear he could still play at a high level. He could still play at the level he did.
I think he could.
He could. So it's not out of the picture that he won't come back. I don't know that he will. Stranger things have happened. That the way he made that comment, I wish I want to play. I want to play with this group. I want to play with knowing he's got Saquon and these other guys coming in on defense. He sees what this organization's doing. He was just frustrated at the end of last year.
Oh, yeah. No,
and that did contribute.
You can see that on the side.
Exactly. You could see that. That's right. That contributed to him deciding, you know what, I think maybe it's time for me to retire. Maybe I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what I had a good career, which he did. Mm-hmm. He's best center probably to play the game in I don't know how many years. That's a long time. That goes way back. But I just think now Howie's all of a sudden, man, making some deals, and some people are happy about some of them. Some are like, what are we getting this guy for? But listen, he's working the team around what he can get with the money now in free agency. And when draft comes up, we got a lot of picks. We have 7 or 8 picks. I think that we're due. About 7 or 8. I think we have the 22nd overall.
When is draft then?
I don't know exactly.
I meant to look it up.
Is it mid? It's a weekend of mid-April. I want to say mid-April, but we can look that up while we're chatting. I didn't get, it's early yet for that, so I really didn't look into it. But I should have. I should have known. I should have had it for you when you asked. But
they brought my boy back at safety.
They did, and he's apologized already.
Yeah, and you know what?
Listen, he was a good player, but he had no business saying what he did. But the fans had no business acting like assholes. So the guy left and went on for money.
Well, he got pissed off.
Right, and then he said these fans are nothing but they expect everything out of. He's apologized and said, "Listen, I understand why they did it. I understand why."
Get over it. Mean tweets means you're a good guy. Had to get that Trump thing in there in case Jimmy's listening.
Jimmy, if you're listening, go Trump. God, we'll start a feud here, an all-out family feud. But anyway, go ahead and let's get down the list after Saquon.
Not a wide receiver. That we just
Devontae Parker.
Yeah. They
picked up Devontae Parker from the New England Patriots, and they signed him to a 1-year contract. I try to keep stuff in my head pretty good. But anyway, I do. I don't. I know when we first started this show, I started writing down like Wayne does, and I brought my little tablet with me, and I did it. But I needed to. Now, for some reason, I know what he's going to say, kind of, or what he's going to do. So I try to keep going with the people that he's writing down, so I know and don't say, "Oh, I didn't hear that." But anyway, Devontae Parker, and he signed him to a 1-year deal, and that's a good. I think that's it.
Oh my God,
Lord!
Man, popping them off there.
Pop, that's like a roar. I think Devontae's a good signing. He's going to play the position of Now, what do you do with what's his name? Our boy that they brought back, brought back, dickhead. You know what I mean?
Glaz?
Yeah. Is he still
Do we
going
still
to be?
have him?
And how about Julio? Is he already moved on?
Yeah, I think
Is
he's
Julio's
done, yeah.
okay? All right. I'm pretty sure. Well, I kind of thought Devontae will play the Julio Jones role, but I would give him more the Quiz role because Devontae Parker's better.
Yeah,
He's a better guy. Let me tell you.
Why can't you just hold on to the damn ball, man? High hopes for that.
I know. So we'll see.
But they did. They signed your boy, man. 4 more years.
They signed my boy, which is Elliott, Jake the Snake Elliott, to a 4-year extension. I think we have him guaranteed through 28.
Yes.
25%. Well, 27. No, I know. It depends on whether it is this year was his last, and then they extended 4. So it could be guaranteed to play through the 2028 season.
I think that's what they're.
So I think so. I think you're right. Of course. So here we go. Smell me. I'm not right, but he's right.
Ghostbusters coming out again.
Are we on that right now? Or are we trying to get through football?
It was breaking news.
Well, how about you break the rest of the people? I only said a couple people now. We signed
no, we talked
Bryce
about
Huff.
Jack. Yeah, Huff.
Ralph's calling in already, and I hope the picture looks good.
What's up, Ralphie?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good.
We're good, bro. How's everything on that end?
We're good. I mean,
Right.
best we can be.
All right. That's good to hear.
We're still standing. We're still breathing.
Yeah.
Above ground. That's all that matters.
There you go. Yeah, I wanted to add on to what you guys were talking about.
Right.
The whole Barkley scenario. I mean, you know me. I'm a Giants fan.
Right.
You know me. I can't stand the Eagles.
Right.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm happy he's with the Eagles because I know I've told you before, Keith, that I think he's wasted his career with the Giants because the Giants obviously don't have the offensive line that the Eagles have.
Exactly.
So I'll be honest with you, I don't think we have even seen the potential that he's capable of.
I agree with that, Ralph. I think you're going to see more because of the offensive line and maybe the offensive scheme of things with, Hurts. I know Hurts has got to get it back together, and he will. I'm sure he will with all the new coaches. But you're going to see Saquon, to me, out of the backfield receiving the ball more than you think, to me, because he has good hands and he can block. But I think Saquon's going to be used. He's going to be a 3-down back also.
Saquon. I'm going to tell you now, Saquon is one of the physically strongest running backs in the league.
Yeah, did you see how much he can squat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They were showing what Hurts squat, which was 600 when he did it in college. Saquon squatted 800 pounds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And he still does it.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
He still does it. So, and that's funny, of course, the guy Mike, the guy I work with, I told him, I said, well, since Saquon went to the Eagles, I may have become a 0.00001% Eagle.
Oh, God, just give it up. You ain't.
Honestly, I am excited to see what he does this year.
Well, I am too. I mean, and Howie's making a splash all over the free agency as far as defense, offense. He got the wide receiver, Devontae Parker from the Patriots. He's got Bryce Huff, the linebacker.
No one has the explanation as to what caused the fallout of last year.
That's true.
Right.
And I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm sure you're going to hear this 1,000 times. With what the Eagles did with the I just went through a little blind for my dog just ran through the room. The free agency.
Right.
What the Eagles just did with free agency.
Right.
Also, now there is no excuse that those Eagles better not be in the Super Bowl
Yeah, no.
next year.
Well, I mean,
No
and that's barring
They-
any problems. And
They are stacked.
they're stacked, yeah. And you just got to stay healthy, though. And no matter who you have,
Well,
Yeah,
again,
that's the
I heard
biggest
you say something about with Barkley. You just gotta keep Barkley healthy. Well, I'll tell you now.
you do.
I think a lot of the things, and again, I was talking about it with someone else today, and I said a lot of Barkley's injuries are because he does not have an offensive line to open holes up for him. So he's constantly pounding the line.
Right.
Pounding.
Right. Barkley always had to get his yards by hitting a guy instead of hitting a hole.
Oh no, he had to earn every
Yeah.
that he ran.
Yeah.
So I think that the Eagles' offensive line is going to make Barkley's job
A
a
lot
lot
easier.
easier.
Yeah. You give me a healthy Barkley, and I'll tell you, he's as good as any back in the league.
Yeah.
Any back in the league. If he's healthy and you give him
I
that.
guarantee you. I guarantee. Well, I can't guarantee you like that's true if he's healthy.
Right.
I want to see Barkley as they're already comparing him playing with the Eagles. They're already comparing him to a McCaffrey level.
Right. Yeah, I did. I saw a write up on that. A little like a
Yeah. And honestly, I think we're going to see him as top 3 running back.
Yeah.
Because
I went on somebody made a quote on one of the fan pages, and I went on some of these other guys, whoever they are, and they chimed in, and I said, "Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Saquon Barkley, there's no reason why he can't rush for 1,000 yards and catch for over 500 yards this season and have 500 receiving yards." And the guys are like, "Yeah, you keep him healthy, Saquon, and if they use him the right way, there's no stopping him." I mean,
yeah.
There again, like you said, he's got an offensive line now, and Philly's always retooling that and getting that right. They wouldn't get him if they didn't think they could use him.
As long as, and you hit a key point. As long as they use him the right way.
Yes, they have to use him the right way.
Right now,
Yes.
if you still had that offensive coach that you had last year, he would be wasting another career.
Right. Now, yeah, I think with the offensive changes that we've seen in coaching this year that the Eagles made, I think you're going to see this guy say, "Listen, I want him the 3 down back, and we're utilizing him in the plays along with all the other guys, and he's not going to be forgotten. He's going to be ran and used." So, yeah, I think Saquon,
right.
Yep.
And he's not going to be a threat to where you're not going to see as many safeties blitzing you guys because they ain't going to know what he's doing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So
that's that. Flyers have a really tough week. The next 5 games are against top caliber teams.
Yeah, Adam's up there tonight with his little girl.
I heard you say that.
Yeah, Adley. Yeah, they're.
Yes. So this week will, I say, honest to God, I think it's going to make or break their season.
Yeah, tonight's a tough one, starting off in Toronto.
Yeah, like I said, their next 5 games are going to be tough. It's going to really see. I mean, I get it. Okay, we beat Florida.
Right.
Right. But then we played very shaky against 2 of the worst teams in the NHL.
We got waffled by the Lightning.
Yeah, Kansas, right. Yeah, 7-0.
Yeah, exactly. How do you play so well against the tough teams and then just get smoked?
Yeah, I said we're not. Yeah, but again, we're not fully formed to where they want us to be yet.
We're not. We are
where
not.
we are right now, honestly, I think is luck. Okay, I don't think we have the Flyers have the talent to be where they are. I think they're just playing good right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I
don't think they're the high caliber teams. I just think that things are falling their way right now.
I think it's more than a little luck. I mean, I think they have young, talented players. They're just not superstardom.
Right.
But I give them 2 years. I give them 2 more years before they can get to the caliber that.
Yeah. Because again, no one ever predicted that they would be doing as well as they are this year.
Exactly. So 2 more years, you get that the high draft pick guys come in and start playing from down where they're at now, right? And I think you'll see this team take off in a couple years.
What about that player that the Rangers have? Happy?
That big guy.
Oh yeah.
A beast, 6'7".
He's almost 7 foot.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a beast.
Yeah, and what I think his first 5 or 6 games, he played with it. He fought in every one of them.
But he fought our guy, and our guy stayed with him.
Go ahead, what?
He fought our guy, and everybody thought he got the best of it, but I thought our guy did. I thought that fight that he had against, I can't think of the guy's name now, but
it's like a long Russian name.
And our guy pounded him pretty good too, though.
They're down with that. Obviously, Kempy had height on him, and he had reach on him and whatnot. I mean,
he's going to be a special player.
In the same sense, they were. You saw both of their heads snapping back from
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Snapping.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, every commentator, not during the game, but online commentators, after that fight, were bragging about it so much about that fight was what hockey used to be all about.
Yes, it was. I can hear you announcing it now, and everybody check out this fight. The heads are snapping back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Tired of this place. I'm tired of this place. I watched that the other night. Our heads are falling off.
I can't call in. These guys keep canceling. The regular heads keep snapping back.
And these two guys' heads are snapping back. Anyway, we're glad to be back on the air. We had, like I said, a few weeks. And,
absolutely.
But when you had texted, I told Wayne, I said, Ralph texted, is everything all right between you and Wayne? I'm like, everything's fine, dude. We had a sickness. I was sick, and he had some family things, and we just couldn't get together. That's the only thing about this. Not, if this was our jobs, we'd have probably drug ourselves in here and told everybody, shut up, we're on the air. We got to make some money.
Well, I'm sure if that was your guys' job, your fans would have fired you.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't have, we would have had to work some way out that the podcast still went on. But,
you'd have been out in freaking gutter with coffee cans.
Well, Ralph forks us over some payroll money, man. We could make this our job.
Yeah, Ralph's right around the corner. He could come fill in if we had to,
No, we haven't forked our payroll.
Oh,
he can pay us.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do that. Good Lord. See how you make out with that one, Ralph.
me and Keith won $52,000 a year.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can.
I will take a 70-30.
Oh man! So
I'll let you go.
All right, Ralph. Good talking to you. Glad you called in,
Ralph. You guys too. Have a good night.
All right, see you, man. Yep.
All right, see you.
That was Ralph.
So that was a friend of mine, and Wayno's Ralph Parks, good friend. Knows a lot about the Flyers, and he's a Flyer follower, and he's a Giants fan, and had some good things to say. Even though I know he doesn't like the Eagles. I mean, I don't get like everybody else, even in the sense of him. Well, there are certain teams I don't like, so maybe he can't stand the Eagles. I hate the Eagles like I hate Dallas or the Patriots like I did. I really don't hate the Patriots now because Brady's gone.
Right, yeah.
I hated the Patriots because of that. And you know why? Because he was good and they were good. Dallas I hate because I just think they're an arrogant organization.
Yep.
Overall. I just don't like it. And to be America's team because there's a star on the helmet, people, I ain't never buying that, and I'll never agree with it. I don't care what you say. America wasn't derived in Dallas, Texas, okay? It didn't come from there. What state of the union did they join? It wasn't. It came from Pennsylvania and Philadelphia being the capital and all that. Even back in the day, I think, Philadelphia was like the capital a little more of, I don't know, it wasn't the United States, but I forget how it was in history. Don't know my history that well.
Yeah.
But anyway, if anybody should be the America's team, it should be one with an eagle on it, and the eagle bird represents the nation. Correct?
Yes.
So my partner corrects. He agrees with me on that. But anyway, we'll get away from that just because Dallas sucks. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. You know, if this gets out there to people that know me, I don't really care. But
So one more.
Let's talk a little bit more here. But
One more Eagle thing.
Get back to the Eagles. Well, we got to because we got to keep it hard.
So we don't have a backup quarterback.
We don't have a backup. No, Mariota went to not the Commanders, did he? Mariota. Where did he go for his backup? I wanted to say the Commanders. And I better not.
Well, anyway, we don't know where that loser went, but
He was all that.
there's talk, been on the radio all day for the last 2 days, about the Eagles possibly getting Justin Fields for a fourth-round pick.
Get out. I haven't. You caught me on that one.
And he's in his last contract. So if they get him, if the Eagles, it costs the Eagles $1.6 million for a backup quarterback for 1 year.
Does he want to be the backup to us? Why wouldn't he want to start somewhere, though, Justin?
I don't-
That's my.
But
bet.
they're saying
How do you do that?
no teams in the NFL are
Money?
looking at him as a starting quarterback.
Oh, all right. Well,
That's just the talk on.
I
any
also
other
know
sports
that
station.
the Eagles are still pursuing. What is it? Pat Surtain. Is it Pat Surtain or whoever from the Broncos? That's safety. That's real good.
Oh, okay.
They're still. They tried to get him in free agency when the market first opened, and it didn't work out. Whatever deal. But that they said something about how he's not done yet. So I don't know if that's going to involve we giving up a draft pick to try to acquire him still or what. But if we could shore up the back end of that defense with this guy, along with who we picked up, Gardner, and I don't know about D-backs. Obviously, the draft's coming up. We can get a good D-back early in the draft.
Can we get rid of Bradbury for the love of God?
But they say he's in the plan.
See, well,
Here's what they said.
The salary cap hit is what's going to.
But the guy, the coach thing that said, I want him with us because he's still in our plan for the defense. I don't think he was used right last year.
What, to get penalties?
No, I just think he needs, because remember 2 years ago he was okay. 2 years ago. Last year he sucked. 2 years ago I consider his coverage to have been pretty much 75 to 80% good. Last year I'd consider to be about 80% bad. As you know what I mean, for coverage.
Well, what about?
So I don't know. Still going to be. See, once you get a different defensive coordinator, because what they put on the field last year, this is how we were in stupid coverage. I told you that. I couldn't stand the fact that they're playing that zone and the guys just picked an area where nobody was covered and wide open.
I get it.
This guy better be more man-to-man. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to man up and play it that way, but you're also going to have to watch the penalties. Man-to-man brings a lot of penalties. Yeah. Zone brings you coming to the area where the guy's going. The receiver,
Slay's a little touchy-feely, man.
Yeah. And Bradbury he got picked for last year for a couple that he was touching and grabbing too much too. So we'll say, hey, defensive coordinator, all new camp, everything's different. Offense is going to look different, but you're bringing in new guys. You got to think that we're putting a different team on the field. It's Philadelphia Eagles, but it's going to look different than what you saw last year. Guaranteed. I don't care. And they better beat the crap out of Hurts I don't care if it's in the film room or it's in the report room or whatever. He needs to change his whole aspect of what he did last year. Because Hurts did not look good at all. Looked clueless at times. The only time he looked good was on Tush Push, and then they lost that one. One of them.
Now it says.
Ain't the bridge, my man. What do we got?
Who holds just a $1.6 million base salary in 2024. So that's what the Eagles would have to pay him if they got him.
Fields.
Yeah. But Thomas got a little
this one.
We were talking about it. Thomas said he was telling me, he's like, well, that would just bring drama into the locker room. I was like, how's it going to bring drama in the locker room?
I don't think so.
Because Fields is going to want to be a starter. I'm going like, they're going to set the record straight when they say, look, you're not Hurts is our guy, you're our backup. They're not going to do that. They did that. They fucked up when they did that. They did that.
We're allowed to say that, you said.
They screwed up when they with Wentz when they drafted.
Right.
hurt. That screwed him up. He just couldn't get over that. But I don't know.
So who's the
I think
quarterback?
if the Eagles can get him for a 4th round pick, I think they should do it.
If they can get him for a 4th round and whatever, then I agree with you. I'll go take that.
For 1.6.
Yeah.
But no more.
Yeah.
I
No.
wouldn't sign him for an extension or anything.
No. He'd have, these backup quarterback things can be 1-year deals because you still might find a quarterback late in the draft that's actually a good quarterback.
And if
you just don't know.
If you get him for 1.6, then you'll be able to sure up that defense a little bit better. Which they're working on. They are. They're
working on that. That's the say. At least we're a team that we're working on this part.
Yeah.
And I think we still got other good players there. It's just you can't pay everybody, and people have to understand that. And then why do they let people go, but don't keep them and pay them, and yet they go out and get somebody else? Because you can't. The way the contracts are going and what these guys want, you can't always pay everybody. And you guys know this in their position. It doesn't work that way. I mean, we're not telling you people that watch the show 24. If you watch us all the time or you watch ESPN, we're not telling you anything you don't know. I'm just saying it to the ones that don't really get it. Because there are people that'll not call us, but will text on a website and say, "I can't understand why they didn't just sign." You know, and then yet you'll get the Giants fans will give Barkley hell for leaving the team. Well, why would he want to stay there and not get the money for a team that doesn't have an offensive line? And you're going to yell at him? It's a business, people. Everybody moves on and goes somewhere. They're all out to make money. LeBron James will tell you that. I don't like him at all. But I'll tell you, it's a business. I couldn't care less when Cleveland fans didn't like me and they yelled and then fussed and screamed when I left Cleveland the first time. It's a business. Dedication to teams is gone. That's a thing of the past. Back, in the day of Chamberlain and what's his name, Julius Erving and all these guys. They weren't looking. They were looking to win championships at the team they were there. Not anymore. But listen, I'm looking at this right now. Sam Howell. Wasn't he the quarterback for the Washington Commanders? Was he the starter? They sent him to the Seahawks.
Was he the starter?
That's who I want to know what's going on.
No, he was back. Wasn't he?
Oh,
was he the starter or backup?
I don't know.
I do know he played.
I got to hit it.
Because he played against us.
I can't do it anymore.
So.
The Seahawks get Hal. They get a 4th round pick, number 102, a 6th round selection, number 179, while the Commanders will receive a 3rd rounder, number 78, and a 5th rounder, number 152. Hal was Washington's starting quarterback to open last season. Well, then who came in?
The Eagles signed a new center, too.
Yeah, but I think he's just going to be
it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Was it Hennessy?
He's a center guard, though.
Is that his name, Hennessy?
Is it? Where's it at? Hennessy. He's a drinker. He's a guard. He's a center / guard.
Right.
So he can play anywhere on the line in the guard center position. So
if he's healthy,
he's not going to be the starter.
He's graded a B.
They said he was pretty decent, so I put him at the guard position then.
So
if that's what they're looking for.
So Barkley is grade B+. The Parker we picked up is a C. Hennessy.
You're going to laugh about that every time you say his name.
Is B.
Yeah, he's a big player.
The defense.
What was Barkley?
Barkley, they got him at B+.
And I still think he could have been an A-. That's just me. But
right.
Whatever. I do. I really do.
So Garner, they got an A.
How about Huff?
Huff is that.
Is that Bryce Huff?
Bryce Huff is B-.
Darn, and he got 10 sacks last year.
They got
Zach. As much as Reddick.
Zach Bunn.
They got Ballin. I call him Ballin.
I'm calling him Bunn.
You like Bunn because you just want to say that. It's B-A-U-N, Ballin.
B.
That's good. That's a good linebacker pick. I mean.
And the ones we taking care of our own, they call it Landon Dickerson.
Landon got a big, yeah, he's good.
They got 84 million.
Yeah, well, Landon, I think, is better than people really. I mean, some do. Some know he's good, and I know that. But a lot of people would say, Landon Dickerson made that much money, man. He's that good.
They got him at A.
Brandon
Graham. They got him one year for
a D-.
They got him at B+.
B+?
Yeah.
For his 15, I mean, he's good, but I just don't know if I rate him that high up. I know. I'm with you. B minus.
Oh shit! Here you go. This is a no-brainer.
Uh-oh.
Age doesn't matter with kickers, so give them their new
Woo,
record
woo.
holder for field goal percentage 93.8% at 29 was a smart move. They got him 4 years for 24 mil and A+.
Oh man, Spank the monkey.
Who the hell did?
Yes, Mariota went to the Commanders. Thank you, Ralph. I thought he did.
Who did?
Mariota.
Ah, shit, yeah.
He went to the
Now
Commanders.
he said that. Yeah, I
that's
remember
what
that.
he
Yeah,
did.
I do remember reading that.
But I couldn't believe Sam Howell went to the Seattle.
Brandon Mann. A.
What's he? He's the punter. He's their
Yeah.
punter. Actually, the Eagles have a good special teams between punting, kickoff, and field goal making. Their special teams that way is ranks probably up there in top 10 of the league. And it doesn't say anything about that. I'm just knowing what we have versus what's out there. So
Rick
top 10.
Lavalta.
Lavonta?
Yeah. You got him ranked.
Is he the long snapper?
The one that was working in his family's sandwich shop
Yeah.
in New Jersey when his break arrived in 2017.
He was a long
Never
snapper.
looked back.
Yeah. How about that? I mean, working his family.
Yeah, long snapper.
Working his family, and now he's been, for 7 years, he's been in the NFL making
They
more than
signed
he'd
him
ever
for one
make.
more year. They got him a grade A.
But he's a good, because he's a good long snapper. That's not an easy job.
Albert Akukabe.
I know that name.
At tight end.
Like this, it's this long. Yeah. He's a backup tight end.
Biden wouldn't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah. In fact, I think that's the guy Biden mentioned in his speech. Talking about the Eagles' blood tight end.
1 year, 1.4 mil. Grade C.
He's just an that. He's just
Yeah,
another.
just that.
A special teamer will be on that team. A backup tight end that'll come in every now and then. Could come in for blocking reasons when Saquon's got the football. I just want them to get him healthy, worked out, and build up this spring and summer to get his ass ready for the football field. Because I think we're going to see some special stuff, and even Ralph said that. So
And now the high school, their basketball coach for the girls, Sam Trapp, she's moved. I can't remember if we mentioned this or not because it's been so long.
are we done football? I'm not done.
Well, I got to put this out there.
What
do you want to finish? What do you want to finish? What do you?
Ralph just texted in. We got to go when your callers give you shit to talk about. And we didn't mention this. We just seemed like we're hung up on the Eagles. But Derrick Henry went to Baltimore. Derrick Henry. And Ralph says, I think he's going to prosper there with the O-line. And that's another thing. I think they're right.
Derrick Henry.
I mean, he was always still a good runner where he was.
Right.
But I think towards the latter, as he gets older, and that offensive line down in Tennessee wasn't quite getting to the snuff.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Ralph, how old is
Ralph, look it up. How old's Derrick Henry? Give us that when you get a minute. He's not old, but he's still getting up there and he's been there. When you go to a team that's got a no line, that makes a big difference. Look what a no line did for what's his name, Adrian Peterson. Well, he had a good O line. He left the team where he was, and then he went again with the Vikings, and he had a good O line, and he ran his ass off for his last couple of years. Well, then he went somewhere else, I think, too, after that. But Adrian Peterson, he was. What the hell was that? Something on my foot. I got an animal crawling on me. I touched my foot with
Man, cover that nasty thing.
Are you really? Them pearly things? Come on. Anyway, Ralph will get back to us on the age if you're listening, Bub. Give us Derrick Henry's age while we're gonna cut in now to local sports there, the high school.
Yeah, I got it. Just trapped the girls basketball coach. She's moving on.
Yeah, the girl.
To
one of your proteges.
Trenton
Third.
Regional High School.
Thank you, Bub.
Triton.
There is a Triton. Yeah, Triton.
Triton
I know where
Regional
that
High
is.
School. She's going to be the vice principal and
I ran track
there.
Oh, okay. All right. He's 30. So if he came out of college at 22, we'll say That's 8 years. He's getting there. He's almost at the point where a couple more good years for Derek, and then usually running backs anywhere between 8, 9, 10 years. If you get more out of it, which they have, then you're getting a bonus. But you got to have a good team in front of you to be able to do it. And that's another reason why I think Barry Sanders left football early.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he got tired of being with a team that just never had a vision of getting an offensive line back in the day. And now Detroit does. They got one of the best in the league. And they got a great team.
Can he come out of retirement?
He could if he felt like it. He could. Yeah, we'll get him and put him in the backfield with Saquon. Could you imagine? Could you imagine having him in his prime and Saquon healthy? I mean, that's an all-star team.
Barry Sanders.
I wouldn't even pass the ball. I'd just run the ball. Barry Sanders was the shit, man. He was. Kirk Cousins went to the fat. Yes. Look, I've about had enough of your crap, Ari. You want to come on the show? We got a guest spot for you. Told you get here anytime you want, bub. No, I appreciate it. He's calling. I'm messing with you. You know that. Kirk Cousins went to the Falcons for a huge contract.
What's that?
For a big. But I don't have the numbers because don't follow that.
What the hell was that other quarterback? He wasn't that great, but he always seemed to get a big ass contract. Oh my God!
Damn, how long ago? Though? A long time ago, more or less.
No. He always would find a place with a team. Shit.
And, damn, now you're gonna make me crazy. Ask Ralph. Go ahead. What's that? We're thinking about a quarterback. I don't know, a few years back maybe that always seemed to go find a team. Never stayed with a team probably, but everywhere he went, he always found a team that paid him, good money. And it seemed like wherever he went.
Go through our quarterbacks.
Young, what's his name?
Steve Young. No,
not Steve Young. That other, you know it.
Not him.
The Dream Team guy. Wentz, McNabb. Who was before McNabb? Vic? No, it wasn't him.
Wasn't Vic? No way.
But Vic was good, man. I love watching Vic highlights. I watched him not too long ago. Come on. Son of a bitch can wheel a football. I kid you. Is anybody else in the other part of the family going to call in? Sharon? They can't because they're smooching each other with, on the couch. Come on. Kimmy's sick and Loretta and Pop's got a scout meeting tonight. So we can't control that kind of stuff. But who's the quarterback we're talking about? Anyway, let's see if Ralph's on top of anything. Flacco went to the Colts. Okay. That's who I had saw a report that if he wasn't going anywhere, the Eagles were contemplating maybe to ask him to be a backup here. But obviously that's not happening. He went to the Colts. So, excuse me.
Sam Bradford.
That bum.
Yeah, that's the other one. He always find a job, a quarterback in somewhere, and he stinks.
He couldn't. And who was the guy that replaced him real quick? We had, and he was good, but we only had him a short time. Who replaced Sam Bradford when he played for the Eagles?
Quarterback Carson Wentz.
That's not.
According to
But that ain't who
on
I
April
want.
25th, 2016, it was reported that
Who was the quarterback that played when Sam Bradford played for the Eagles?
according to
Not
Wikipedia,
Nick.
prior to the start of the
Come on. It was another guy. I can't think. We're off track in here. Basketball, touch on that a little bit while you're looking that up. Sixers are hurting kind of bad right now without old Embiid. It seems like, it's
time for him to go. He's always hurt.
It's hard, man. You got a guy that's so good, can be the league MVP and can't stay on the court. Maxey can't do it all. He was hurt. He's back now, but you can't do it. The team needs Embiid to center up for everybody to do well on the court, and that takes the pressure off everything. So they're in a bad spot right now. They just got to get him healthy and back on his feet, and hopefully they don't drop too far, out of the race as far as in the playoffs where they're going to be. But
Good God, 1991. Who was our starting quarterback?
Roman Gabriel. Wee! Who was it? Oh, I know who I'm thinking of. Cobb.
No.
KOLB, though, is the guy I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah, I know you're talking.
What was his first name?
Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon. Okay, but that ain't. But I'm thinking this Cobb guy came in and played after. Didn't he play after Bradford moved on?
Let's see here.
I want to say he did. But you got to tell me his first name. Anyway, like Ralph, we touched on the Flyers a little bit. Young team, a couple years away from really being good.
Damn, who the fuck was Mike McCann?
And the Phillies are, spring training is what it is. Looking at a lot of young arms, a lot of young guys for the bench players. And I'm only saying maybe 1, 2 maybe that have a chance to come into the team once the season starts and they can call them up. Pitching right now, you got a lot of the backup guys, a lot of the bench pitchers, relievers are hurt. They're not doing too good there. So Kevin Cobb is who I'm thinking of.
This says 2009, Donovan McNabb started 14 games, Kevin Cobb 2.
Yeah, okay.
Then that's when McNabb went to Washington then.
Prediction that Parsons will be an Eagle next year. That's funny you say that, Rob, because
who?
Michael Parsons. Could you imagine?
Oh God!
And that's who Ralph said that next year.
We've been saying, you and I've been saying that
because he always wore the Eagles stuff, and I don't think he's happy with the organization. He's a good player. At least they'd be getting him where he's not too old and still have 3 or 4 or 5, maybe I'll say, good years left in him if you get him. Now, how it's going to be money-wise, they'd have to work things out that way with either letting a couple other people go to get Michael Parsons or giving up draft picks. I'm sure if Dallas doesn't re-sign him, or he might not want to re-sign with them, but that's always a talk of it. He said next year.
Well, so the Eagles do good this year, getting the playoffs and make.
I think Micah sees the handwriting on the wall. If you don't do anything this year, I made this comment. I know, wouldn't I? Could you imagine him and Huff though? Huff on one side, Michael on the other, kind of like.
You're gonna make me run to the bathroom for 5 minutes. Woo, Lordy!
This one's not this.
My nips is getting.
God. Woo, Lordy!
So here you go. Here's a question for you.
Here we go.
In 2006, Donovan McNabb.
You're not bothering us, Buck. You're not bothering us. Keep the stuff coming. That's part of being.
What do you think he's bothering?
I don't know. He just said I'm done. I'm tired of bothering you.
I'm gonna moon him.
He said I'm done bothering you. You're not bothering. It's time to watch some boob too. Well, if you want, that's fine. If you see anything come up and you think of something while you're watching TV, chop it in, because it's always good to have a reporter on the outside of this show. Yeah. And we need somebody that takes the interest in knowing the people, the players, the sport,
and that goes,
the teams.
Yeah, and that goes to prove that we need people to call in. If you call in, it's better.
I'm over this.
Like Ralph's texting, that's why he's
texting. Yeah, right. So once you call in, you can text later on after anybody. That's why once if we ever get going, as far as really big. You want the callers from anywhere, all over, to talk about, well, what about what happened in Seattle? How about what's going on in Green Bay? That's the stuff that makes national, this YouTube thing, get out there and get watched more. I mean, we're not going to be the Kelseys for a while.
Right.
Neither one of us played football professionally. We were in sports. High school I was. After that, it's all she wrote. But anyway.
So 2006, that's when McNabb got hurt and then Garcia came in.
Okay, Jeff Garcia, I remember.
If they would have kept Garcia and not bring McNabb back.
Didn't we say that?
Did we win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, we do. Listen, there's a good point that Wayno just brought up if you didn't hear it, because I was laughing and giggling at the same time. When McNabb got hurt in the year 2006, when we played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, Jeff Garcia was the quarterback for the whole time he was out, hurt with his injury, and did super well.
He started 6 games.
This is one thing to say, too, and wife's no longer with us, but she watched football that year and never did Karen wasn't, wouldn't say she didn't like football. She just wasn't a big follower, but she followed Jeff Garcia enough and said, who is this guy? He's really good. And I said, he's a backup quarterback. Well, why aren't they keeping him in there all the time? And what's with McNabb coming back? She said that to me. I'm like, Karen, I'm with you. Trust me. I have no idea why they did that. And that isn't right. I don't care whether he's a starter or not. If Jeff Garcia stays hot, you keep him in there. And of course, rule of thumb, they don't do that because when the starter comes back, you're paying him regardless of that salary that year. He is to come onto the football field. But that's a wrong move when you have a guy that took them to the Super Bowl and then they don't play him in the Super Bowl. And yes, I seriously think we have, let's just put it this way. I couldn't guarantee the win, so I shouldn't say that, but I would have put my bet against it that we could have won that football game instead of losing it by 3 points. Seriously.
Yep.
That could have been a different game because McNabb was not ready and was not playing. Jeff Garcia would have hit T.O. all day long. And T.O. still had a big game, and I can remember his stats to this day. In fact, he was probably the only one that McNabb was really going to for the long ball. He had 9 catches for 126 yards and a touchdown in that Super Bowl. And if Garcia was, he probably would have had 15 catches for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game because he was all over the field. And T.O. came back that year off of an injury. What did he have? He had a shoulder injury or some kind of. He came back from being hurt. He spent time in that air chain, like oxygen chamber thing that he did, and got himself on that football field and had probably the best playoff game of his career.
God,
as far as our Super Bowl game of his career, that.
Here you go. Listen to these quarterbacks that started this year. 1988. Bobby Ewing, Corey Detmer,
Bobby
and Rodney Peete.
Rodney Peete, well, his woman, his wife.
Yeah.
Peter.
Then Doug Peterson.
These are the names. Horing was his number was number 5 too. By the way, I remember his jersey. Bobby White was it? Bobby Douche.
Bobby Hoying.
Hoying. Rodney Peete. Doug.
He went to didn't he go to Delaware? I think.
Nah, did he? I thought he went to Notre Dame. I'm getting a headache.
Oh, he played. We both wrong.
Take the Bridgman,
He
man.
played for Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, okay.
No, we were definitely wrong on that one.
Why I can't get rid of this headache? I took shit for it. And
Coy Detmer,
but little Coy, he was small, but there was time. He wasn't a starter for good, but he looked good at cup. He had a brother, Ty Detmer, and he played for the Eagles, didn't he?
Yeah, he played for us.
Ty Detmer.
96, 97.
People, somehow the memory just comes back with the old stat man here, Ain't a thing I don't remember.
A.J. Feely, remember him?
A.J. Feely. I went to a benefit where he was it him? Yeah. It was out at the Centerton Country Club with some kind of auction, Chinese auction benefit thing. And he was out there. He was one of the guest people out there. And I got to take pictures with him, shook hands and everything, stood by.
Michael Vick got his start after 5 games, after Kevin Cobb.
That was the best thing they ever did. Once Vic stepped onto the field, he lit up the place.
Ain't that's the year Andy Reid said Michael Vick's playing out of his mind?
Yeah. I think it was. Remember the comeback of the year was the Eagles were down to the Giants, like 27-10, and came back to win whatever. He threw like 4 straight touchdowns.
Yeah.
After that, coming down the field.
Is that when
Deshaun Jackson caught? He went nuts.
That's when
Wasn't the one where he fumbled the football on the punt return?
Yeah.
And then he fumbled it, picked it up, and there was a hole in the middle. He went in the middle, went down the sideline.
We were getting our ass kicked. And
I
was home.
Dude.
And I got up and I walked out of the room because I was pissed off. And Lori goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "Screw this shit. I'm going to go do the flower beds." So I went outside, started working in the flower beds and everything. And, she had it on in the background. She was watching a little bit. She watched a little bit of football. And she come up to the window. She says, "Wayne, you might want to come back in here." She says, "Because there's some shit going on."
Man,
I came back. I was like, "Oh my God!"
Vic, if you watch some of the plays, he was
Oh,
wheeling
God.
the football down
He
the field
was,
to get
man.
them back in this game, dude. And he was pinpoint accurate.
Because he scored two.
There was never anything close.
I was outside when I was outside. He scored two touchdowns like back to back, and that's when she told me to come back in. I was like, "Oh, shit."
There was never a more exciting
That
Eagle
was the
running around than Michael Vick. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
McNabb was a good runner and this, that, and that, but Vic made it look like effortless.
oh my God, I'm telling you,
Even when he took off the run, it was so different.
that would have been
watch
so
him.
awesome. I wish he would have won the Super Bowl.
Man, I know. Wouldn't that have been great?
That's what we should do next week. Talk about, make a list. You make a list at home, I'll make a list at home of what quarterbacks we think were great and should have won a Super Bowl but didn't.
With the Eagles or with anybody?
Anybody.
Well, that's a good one. I get what you mean. Yeah, that were quarterbacks that were great in their career with the team they were with, but but missed the boat every time their team never made it to the big one and never won a big one. Then, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
That's a good way. I've got a few in my head to really think about, to throw that out there.
And there's a couple that won Super Bowls. I'm like, how?
Doug Williams from the Redskins.
Trent Dilfer from Baltimore.
Trent Dilfer. Yeah, look at the ones that won that had no business winning.
But Baltimore had that defense, man. Ain't nobody beating them sons of bitches.
I still think football from back in the day has always been. So, how can this happen, dude? And they pointed shit out in the Kansas City San Francisco game. There's a thing comes up on a reel, and the guy's at his home and the TV goes, "Watch this, watch him, watch what McCombs does. He comes down here, he doesn't get the first down. He's like he only get 2 or 3 yards. Watch what the little clicker does on the side. Boop, first down comes up. Nobody notices it, and it came up, and gave him a first down. He never got a first down. I saw him run. I literally saw the play. There's something wrong here, dude. They wanted Kansas City to win that Super Bowl. I don't care whether Frisco was the better team or not. They didn't want them to win.
Yeah, they didn't. That was hard.
I think Vegas controls all this crap, dude. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody.
Well,
I don't want to hear it.
Since they started doing all that sports betting and everything.
I'm telling you what, it's a money-making business, and maybe this is how these guys are paid. The money comes rolling in from the stadiums, from the organizations, from Vegas. I don't know, dude.
Well, it's like even, you know how they would say, they were talking about the colors.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
the Super Bowl thing. They
right.
were talking about Baltimore.
When it comes up on the number.
They were talking about Baltimore being in it.
Right.
Everybody put, and I think, and I think this because, you know, I've seen it on one of them reels. They had so much money going to be put on the Ravens to win that game to get to the Super Bowl because all that BS that was online and everything.
Right.
Vegas said, "Screw this, we can't have that win. We're going to lose so much money."
That's the thing. See, that's
so
what I
they
mean.
switched it up. How do you? They played like shit, like they were blowing the game.
I'm laughing like a squirrel now.
But they were, man. Baltimore was not that bad. There's no way they had to play. They played like that.
So did the Phillies
Get off something. I can't help it, man.
The Phillies played today. Yeah, they did.
Who cares?
They played yesterday. 4-1 they won. Who cares? This one's going to be a dick. He's just going to be a dick about it. I swear to God. Harper got a hit.
Games don't count until 28th of.
I know, but I like to see who's doing what in spring training.
That Ranger guy, that pitcher for them, struck out 5 people.
Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, I couldn't say his last name, so you know, shitsy.
Why isn't this game on? Oh, here it is. Look, you can turn it on now if you want. The Flyers are losing 2-0.
Oh God, we better put it on. Get them up there.
God, this is in the first period. I'm over this one now.
He's over it, folks.
I'm so over it. Adam's a jinx.
Another?
Yeah, I'll take another one, Bob. Thank you. He took his little girl to see the game, and they're losing. Son of a bitch.
Hey, if we went, they'd be winning.
If we went, they'd be winning. Ain't the bridge, my man. This ain't the bridge, my man. It ain't the bridge anymore.
Phillies open up against the Braves.
Right? The tits on this one, would you? Oh, God, I got to stop. Uh-oh.
What?
Eagles are signing an. Oh, man. We are serious this year.
We got breaking news?
This is breaking news for me. And I know this name.
Huh?
I know this linebacker. Howie's, man, they're taking this team.
When they sign him? Just now?
Devin White from Tampa Bay. He to a 1 year, 7.5. Now he might be up there in his age. I'll have to find out how old Devin White is, but he was good. I can remember when he was making tackles and running around the field on it. That's breaking news, people. John Clark, ABC or NBC just put it out there.
Nice.
So Devin White, let me see. How old is Devin White from the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Devin White is 26 years old.
He's young. Well, you're only going to sign to a 1 year deal? What the freak? I don't like that. Does that just mean for this year?
Maybe that's all they can afford.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah, right.
maybe
He's
next
only
year.
been in the league like 4 years.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Devin White originally with the Bucks, and I'm telling you, here's his height and weight. Well, he's 238 in weight. What's his height? Man, they're starting to get there. I think they might want to do. They're doing this. My personal feeling in the free agency, so that they can focus more on other players in the draft and not worry about linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. And a 1 year deal, like you said, makes sense because maybe they just don't have the money to put out there right now. Devin White's height and weight. 6 foot. He's not a bigger, but he's a middle, so he's 238. So that's cool. He's solid. Bobby Wagner went somewhere too. I forget where he went. Remember him from the Seattle? Bobby Wagner, the linebacker.
Vaguely.
Bobby Wagner. Yeah, he's 6 foot 241. He's good. Where did he go? Where was Bobby Wagner traded to?
According to The Athletic, the Washington
Wow,
Commanders
Commanders are making a splash too, dude.
Linebacker Bobby Wagner, a team source confirmed to The Athletic. The move reunites the 6-time first-team All-Pro and 9-time Pro Bowler with Commanders head coach and former Seattle defensive coordinator Dan Quinn.
Okay, Dan Quinn. He came out of the. Dan Quinn was in the Cowboys booth as their D coordinator. Now he's going to head coach for the Commanders.
All right.
Dan Quinn.
I got some good news for you. Got to pick out 2 dates to go to Jacob's Pizza so we can do a live show from Jacob's Pizza for Humes Racing.
Yes.
And also another date to go to their shop and check out their shop and their cars and everything. Tom texted me
Is Tom with
last
him now?
week.
As you said originally, he left.
Kinda. But what he wants to do this because he promised us, that we could do this. So he wants to help us out. Plus he wants to help all of his sponsors out.
Appreciate that. That's
So,
cool.
He told me that. So
Very
I'd like to
nice,
thank
Tom.
you, Tom Humes. I wanted to
Yeah, Tom's
wanted to save that for towards the end of the night. So
Yeah, and I'm glad you did say that because Tom was him and his
brother
was our first guest on the show.
Yeah.
Our very first been sat here on the couch, and we had him in one Sunday. That's when we were on Sunday transmission. We were going out on Sundays. I mean, and it was very nice to have them talk about the cars,
Yeah.
the racing that goes on at Bridgeport, and so now we're going to get like I said, we've been trying. We just dates didn't seem to work out. Things didn't seem to come to life for Jacob's Pizza, but it looks like it's going to happen. And Wayno said we're going to have to pick some dates, so we'll get together.
Probably. I'd like to do it soon, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it till May.
Yeah, I don't know how soon that's going to be, so I'm thinking maybe May would be better anyway for me. Thank you.
So I told you I would give
So we'll
couple shout outs to some of their sponsors.
we'll shoot probably for mid-May or maybe early May because you got to watch Mother's Day and then you got to watch Labor Day. Memorial Day, not Labor Day.
So we
Memorial Day.
got
So maybe in between there even we can do.
it's called Jacob's Pizzeria and
Jacob's Pizza.
Italian Cuisine.
Right, yeah.
DJ's Home Improvement, Pete's Linden Transmission,
Okay.
DSI, SSS, English Sewage, TMT,
I've heard
which
of
is
it.
Tyler
I've seen
Mill
their trucks.
Towing, William Truck and Trailer Repair.
Okay.
So that's just a few.
So we'll end up talking a lot about them when we do the show from there. When we do from Jacob's Pizza, we'll have a lot more advertising to do for them, is what we're saying.
Right.
Because Tom put them out there like that. So cool.
What's up, guys?
Very good.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
You want to tell Thomas who we just signed?
Devin White from Tampa Bay. That's a good sign.
That's a good
It's only
sign.
for 1 year, but I mean, like Wayno says, I think Howie's got to watch money now. But if that guy's out there and available, and he's young, he's only 26.
Yeah.
So I like that for a lot. I think he's starting to get the linebacker thing lined up a little more as far as in free agency, so that when the draft comes, they don't have to play around looking for linebackers. They're going to look at D-backs, O-linemen, safeties, things like that. But yeah, Eagles are making the splash.
since
They're all
Howie-
in on this deal.
And since Howie's doing all this, my feelings towards the signing of Barkley is 100% now.
Yeah, Barkley will be fine because
Because
if Barkley
they're
stays
starting-
healthy,
They're starting to get these defensive players that
Barkley's going to be with a team that's got a no line finally. Even we just talked to a Giant fan on the phone, Ralph Parks, and he's always been a Giant fan. He's like they just burnt him out being there because they never had a no line. Everything he ever earned on his own was on his own with never a hole. He never had a hole to go through. He always had to hit guys going through. Always had to take a pounding to get yards. Now he's got a team that opens up the holes a little bit more. Swift's all that.
Maybe
I mean,
he won't be getting hit by the defensive lineman. So.
Exactly. So he can, once he gets past that first wave, that first line, things are a little easier for you. You know, you
how
can make
much do you
make
think
your
he
cuts.
squats?
Who, Saquon?
Yeah,
600 or something.
I squats more.
You think?
800.
No,
he squatted
800.
800. It was on. It came up on my phone thing. It showed a split screen. It showed what's his name, Hurts doing 600 in college, and then it shows Saquon doing 800 in the gym, and he did it more than once. He went down, he went up again, and went. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, I just came up on my phone when I went to the bathroom. I said, "Guess who we just signed?" He goes, "Oh, it's Devin White, dude." Wow. So
Your compliments on the beer from Thomas.
thank you. Yeah, Land Shark. That's one of my favorite summer beers. That's
Land Sharks, baby.
and my buddy Chris Ostrander loves it in the summertime, dude. That's all.
I heard you guys like the Modelo's.
We did
The
like
special
that.
edition.
Yes, we did like the Modelo. That was very smooth, very.
Didn't we try it before and we didn't like it? What the hell?
But see, Modelo's got three different
Yeah.
ones, don't they? They have the
So
dark,
which one
the
did
special,
you
and
had the
another.
gold, right?
Yeah, it was.
Well,
yeah, special
whatever
edition.
one we had was really good.
Yeah, that was the gold.
He brought that in, and we started drinking. I'm like, man, this doesn't even taste like what I thought it was going to taste like.
I didn't either.
Did you guys ever try the Monsters?
No.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Did we?
Yeah, we
The same
tried
day?
that.
Yeah, we did too. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
They were okay.
A little mixed drink.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Something different. You know, break it up a little bit. But so we've touched a lot on free agency, a little bit of Flyers, a little bit of.
Savannah's at this
Safety.
game right now. She got a pass from graphic design to go there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, now they're down 3-0. Well, it was 2-0 a little bit ago. Shoot.
Damn.
And all in
9
the first
shots,
period,
too.
too. I know. Nothing. Well, the other team's only got 9 shots. We've only got 9, but.
Toronto, good though.
Toronto is a good team, yes. And if you look at records and everything, they're a little bit better than we are. I wouldn't say a lot. Record-wise, they're a little
I think
better.
we got 30. What, we got 34 wins.
And they got like 37,
Yeah,
but they got less
37.
losses, too, than we do. So, Well, they would 3 less losses then,
Let me get some dinner.
whatever it is. So yeah, it's but they are good. Adam knows a couple of guys on the Toronto team, and they're really good. Yeah.
You in the hockey league this year?
I didn't get in a hockey fantasy league now. I wanted to, but I don't know. Too much going on.
Yeah, so all you football fans out there,
So
We're gonna do
I mean,
the Dob And Wayno Show, do another fantasy football league.
pool or league. Yeah, we are. Ralph will be a part of that, I'm sure. Like to get
How many- do you
10,
remember
just
how many-
10.
Yeah, 10.
10's enough. I mean, if you get 12, that's okay. But then it lessens your guys that you're going to get, the good ones. So it makes it more open for everybody to be a winner where we want to win. So
Yeah. And if you want to make a trade, you make a trade. If you want to trade 12 people, you trade 12 people.
well, we won't have them guys in the league, so we'll be all right. And I'm not sure I want to be in that league anyway.
All I ask is go in there and put on there that you're putting them up there so everybody gets a chance.
Yeah. What else was I going to say to you? I forget. Get me all. I got worked up over that. If somebody's going to say, "Who's that?" Yeah, then why? Listen, they know what the frick they're doing this year. It's almost scary. Like Ralph said, it's almost scary to think if the Eagles don't go to the Super Bowl, there's something wrong.
But
But you got to get Hurts' head back on track, dude. You got to get him on track. Seriously, I don't like what I saw last year, and and that's the key for offense. That's got to be. It's coming from him.
and maybe with these new offensive coordinators, maybe it was.
Well, that's
the
what I'm
offensive
thinking.
coordinator.
Well, yeah, but there's other coaches that are involved. You got a quarterback coach, you got an offensive line coach. Everybody's got to be on the same page when you're trying to change an offense.
Didn't we get rid of them?
We did. These are new guys that I'm talking. I don't know them, but I know they're the new guys. So everybody's going to want to come in here and create something different because they saw what failed. Well, you said it yourself. I don't know how many times. Well, all we do is run 5 plays, and everybody in the league knows what you're going to do. It's the truth.
We were talking about that today.
We were the most predictable team in the league.
We were talking about how do you say his name? Ramos.
Ramos?
Yeah, the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
The one we like over there.
Yeah, the guy that does it always wears his shirt tucked in. That's his little lunch.
Yeah. He
Healthy.
was sitting there. We were talking about that, and yeah,
I like him.
we were like, he's like, yeah, he says, because Jermaine goes, man, they had more than 5 plays. I was like, they couldn't stop the 5 plays. Then when they got word on how to stop them, I said, then they couldn't do anything with the 5 plays.
And
They
Jay
didn't change anything.
Jay don't understand. Here's the thing. We know they have a book that has more than 5 plays in it, but when your offense is on the field and you're either running the ball, the same run play, you're going to throw the ball
Did you see how close that was?
to the wide receiver. The other plays come into play, like a check down play, a play to the tight end, and a screen pass. That's like 5 plays. Technically, there's more, but you don't use the other ones. They were only using a certain amount of plays. I get it. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not. I'd argue the fact to anybody. It didn't look like they had more than that many plays in the playbook.
Just crazy.
And the defense couldn't do. It's just like this. You might as well took this whole area right here and said, well, nobody's covering it. Just run your guy right here and catch it. He'll catch it every time, get 20 yards. Every time.
I miss our Sundays, man.
I know. We can't be
No,
on
we
it.
can't.
If we made money with this, we'd be on as much as we wanted.
We'd be on everything.
If we had cash flow from this gig, I'd be telling you, we're going to do a show. I'm coming over. Get ready. We're going on the air live in an hour. Because you knew what it's going to. As soon as you hit that thing, and the Dob And Wayno Show have 325,000 followers. What the fuck? Anything you post is going to get put on YouTube. We're making money. Anyhow, we'll get up to Jacob's Pizza. The best we can do for you is a slice of pizza, guys. Sorry. Tang cuisine from Jacob's Pizza. No, we'll see. We'll have fun with it.
Talking to Marty.
We'll try to tell everybody to stop up if they're in the area to come see us or something like that. You know, maybe.
Talking to Marty, trying to get him to put some decals together, put on like shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Go buy a couple of shirts and get them made up.
Have some maybe for some giveaways, or we ought to look into getting the keychain things back.
Yeah.
You and I looked at them originally, but we should have something up there to come up to the booth and get a keychain and have on it, like you said, the Dob And Wayno Show, and on YouTube, live on YouTube, and the phone number to call, and have it in quotations, the Dob And Wayno Show, so they know that kind of means when you go on YouTube, that's what you put in,
right?
The Dob And Wayno Show, to find it, and then we could put it on there. I don't know if you want to put on, live on Thursday nights at 7, or if you want to just leave it live. That would tell people, hey, when they're on, if we knew we were going to be on.
Right.
Kind of the same time most of the time. Now, if something changes, we always go on and say, or you do, guys, we're not going to be on Thursday, we're going to be on Wednesday this week or something. But if we picked a solid night of the week, oh, God, that'll land a thing off. You're a Phillies fan. Well, you're not, but.
Well,
I know. You've always been a Mets fan.
I am all in with the Phillies right now. I just put this on because they're playing the Braves.
They're opening with the Braves, right?
Yeah.
We might want to put a time and a day on the thing, because then everybody's going to be, I'll tune in Thursday. They ought to be on. Let's see what this is about. And they'll have it on a keychain. So those are little things you try to think of. That's a small marketing thing. That it's not a big thing. It's just a little thing that doesn't cost us much to put out there. And we're in another area of up the road a ways. Yeah, will we give them out around here? Absolutely. Give some, save some for anybody Here, take one of these, give it to a friend, hang it up, put it up your head. Just to get other people to get logged on to YouTube too, So I'd still like to do the library thing. Just to
that'd be
rent it for a week. $25 ain't nothing, and put up there just live Thursday at 7 live, the Dob And Wayno Show live on YouTube. Check us out or something like that, And then if it's not much the word, it's sports, entertainment, local news, any kind of. So they'll think, well, what do they talk about? What do they do? We already know all about all this shit. Well, some of the stuff you do, you want to call and talk in about something, that might prompt somebody to say, you know what, I'm going to give it a call. I'm more the optimist, I know, than I am the other one. Like, it ain't never going to work. We'll get one person say, I saw your sign, I'm calling in. Spend $25 for one person. No, I know, but then that word gets out maybe, and that's how it is. That's how it rolls, dude. But hey, it's good to be back. We've spent an hour and a half. And
little Channel 10, you're a little late there.
What happened? They just showing it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them Dabo got it live. I just can't believe the Eagles making the splashes that they're making, dude. There it is right there. It just came up on the sport. That's on sport. The sport.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Right,
me too.
we'll wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. But I want to keep this guy, so I hope he has a good year, and I hope they decide that they need him, down the road, and not just for a push this year to make it.
The Eagles have reached out to former Utah quarterback Tyler Huntley.
Really? For backup?
Yeah, after backing up Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Yeah, Huntley or Hundley? Hund?
Huntley.
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't too bad. I know who he is as a backup. Yeah. I mean, it's not. No, you're not going to get superstars back there, but the guy could be solid.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
All right, we're going to wrap it up, folks. This one's getting itchy. Anthony's pants for some reason. But
getting hungry.
Okay, well, he's hungry. I don't blame you. I had cheeseburger sub already.
Oh, my man, to this one. Always eating.
Or drinking. Always something. Well, I had it. God, I had it at 4:30. So that was my dinner.
So,
But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. Good week. Thanks for if you tuned in, we appreciate it. Ralph, thanks for calling in and texting us, giving us the information. That's the kind of stuff we need, Bob.
Yep.
We'll check in back again next week. AJ was at a championship tournament for cornhole tonight over at in Delaware.
yeah, he was in one a couple weeks ago too, wasn't
Yeah, I think he was. I don't know. I can't keep up, dude.
he? Been so long since we've been on.
But I wished him good luck when he said he'd be over there tonight. I know next week he'll be back yapping with us.
Cool.
We'll check in with him, and of course the family's kind of cooled off. We still wish Kimmy a speedy recovery with her illness, and let's get mom and them and Loretta and them get back on this. We need you people to call in and give us your thoughts about whatever you want to talk about. Well, it doesn't matter.
And the
Whatever.
the other illness I talked about.
And the other illness with the norovirus. Is that how you say it?
Norovirus
Norovirus or something. Yeah, is out there, and you got to be careful with that too. You get that from eating somebody's ass or kissing them and getting the throw up out of their mouth. I can't even fathom. I can't take this. This skeeves me out. Shit off shit in your mouth and throw up. Ew, come on. Why'd you have to tell me that?
We're out.
No, we're out. Why he had to tell me that, I don't know, but it's making me sick. Peace out, as Wayno usually says.
Peace out.